It's Football Across Minnesota time on Daily Delivery. Chip Scoggins with me, as always, writing the Football Across Minnesota feature. Chip, sounds like you got a good one this week. Tell me a little bit more about Owen Girton from Benilde St. Margaret's.
Yeah, Owen is a senior cornerback who had a interception Saturday to help Benilde's get to the section finals with the win over DeSalle. But it's probably, I don't know if it's a stretch to call it a minor miracle that he's out there playing, and he also plays lacrosse and basketball. But when he was 9 years old, Owen was diagnosed with, and I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly, arteriovenous malformation. It's a brain disorder, a brain condition. Essentially, blood vessels get tangled in your brain and can lead to a bleed. There's no real, sometimes there's no symptoms. He didn't have symptoms. Tragically, Owen's parents had their 3 kids. He has 2 older sisters, sent them to have brain scans after they had a niece die from a brain bleed. She was a freshman in high school in 2016. She was a relative, a cousin through marriage only. So there wasn't like any genetic connection here, but she tragically died from a brain bleed that was caused by an AVM. So they put their kids, they sent them to doctors, had brain scans, and the 2 older daughters were fine, but they found a AVM in Owen's brain. And so, as Dad said, it was just a terrible coincidence. And so they had a couple options, either therapy or either radiation or surgery, and they elected to send him to, or take him to Boston's Children's Hospital.
Wow.
To have the surgery there because they're renowned for it and have a great reputation. They treat a lot of cases, and he hit it off with this surgeon doctor that took care of him and had the surgery, had it removed. It took 17 hours over 2 days to fix the lesion, and had to learn how to walk again and feed himself again, and some short-term memory loss. So he came back, had 6 months of intensive therapy, both with physical, speech, and occupational. This is when he was in 4th grade, so he was playing catch up both academically, physically, and all the other things that go in that. And he healed, and took a lot of hard work, a lot of hours spent both on his academics, on his physical well-being, on his speech, on his memory loss, and athletically. And ironically, I had sent an email to his to the doctor who he saw in Boston. And this tells you about the bond that he had with the doctor. The doctor emailed back, and last week, and over the weekend, Friday, he said, "I have very limited internet connection. I'm in Nepal, hiking in the Himalayan mountains."
Oh, wow!
He has such a connection with this kid. He gave me a couple things. He called it a very complicated case that he had to treat, and it said it was he needed a lot of support and a lot of help to get to where he's at now, and he's come back, and all you would really see, he doesn't really show the scar to his too many people, but his dad told me, but he showed me, asked him where it was, and he has a scar above his left ear where the surgery took place, and he's back to normal. He said he still has some memory issues on certain tests that he takes, but he's playing football. He won a lacrosse state championship with Benilde this past spring as a junior year. He's hoping to be on the basketball team this year, so he's a 3-sport athlete there at Benilde and just really doing great. And sort of the story of perseverance for a kid who overcame a pretty traumatic thing.
Well, that's got to be tough for the parents. Like, what a decision to make, because he's not having any symptoms, right? When they do the tests, right? But they know that this could present, going to be a potential to present problems. So it's like you're going to put him through months, or of having to overcome this, but it's this long-term goal. But I'm sure it's a risky procedure in the beginning. So I can't imagine having to make that choice as a parent.
Yeah, and they looked at both radiation, and the thing with radiation was you could go through 6 months of radiation and still need the surgery.
Yep.
And so they felt like, let's just get this thing taken care of with the surgery. But if there is a bleed, it can be tragic. They had it happen
Sure.
in their family. And so when you know there's a problem that serious or potentially serious with your with your child's brain, yes, it was a very scary moment for the parent and a time for the parents. I mean, Owen said he was still a little too young to fully comprehend the gravity of everything. He knew he had something wrong, but probably didn't understand the magnitude of it. But the parents, for sure, having lost a niece to a brain bleed that was caused by this, I think they understood, like, hey, we need to get this thing fixed right away.
Wow. Well, great story. And sounds like he's having a big impact on the field as well with a big interception, like you said, over the weekend. Chip, quickly, who got the game balls? I'm guessing maybe somebody from the Gophers got one this week. I'm not sure.
three game balls this week. Max Brosmer, Gophers quarterback, was just outstanding what he's done for that program. I'll be writing about later this week in a different column, but 26 of 30, 320 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's just absolutely changed the identity of that program. Hope Adebayo, St. Thomas running back, monster game against San Diego. Listen to these numbers. 18 carries, 277 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 277 yards on 18
That's
carries.
A lot.
What a day.
That seems like a lot.
That's amazing. And then how about Jackson Thornburg from Apple Valley, quarterback? They're facing undefeated Two Rivers, ranked number 6 in the state. Jackson goes 20 of 22 passing for 227 yards with 3 touchdowns, including a 52-yarder with 2.5 minutes left. That was the game winner. He also rushed for 12 times for 58 yards and 2 touchdowns. So just a massive performance by Jackson to lead Apple Valley to the upset there.
Wow. Very cool. Chip, appreciate it as always. Good stuff. And how many more of these do we got? We're kind of getting down to it, aren't we?
We typically go through the Prep Bowl in late November, so probably 4 or 5 of them left. So let's finish the season strong.
Sounds good. Happy to have him. Take care, Chip. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Mikey.